When the quarantine started, everyone in my family was very worried because we didn't know what would happen. So, when we were completely isolated from the others, we thought it wouldn't last more than 2 weeks. I remember that at the beginning I was a little upset because I was going to take a trip to Orlando with an aunt from the United States and my cousins. So, I decided to stay in Mexico, but sometimes I wonder what would happen if I had gone. I would have visited many beautiful places, but if I had gone to Orlando, would I have stayed there during the quarantine? Anyway, I think it was best because I was able to help my grandfather and take care of him. Probably if the quarantine had not started, I wouldn't have taken care of him so much because of the great distance between Mexico and Orlando. After that, my grandmother moved to another house, so I went to help them and we found a big house close to us because before she and my uncle lived 2 hours away from our house. And when we found out that my aunt had cancer, the trips my mom had to make to take care of her were very long and heavy. If they had not moved to a house closer after the pandemic, it would have been impossible to get to her house. With the coronavirus, I was very scared when I saw on the internet how the contagions were increasing. The doctor said that the best way to prevent a contagion was if we stay at home and use masks, but unfortunately, as my uncle works in the hospital, he was contaminated and he used to visit us to help my mom to do the fall shopping. We also got sick. There were very difficult days, but with the right medical attentions, we managed to get through. But in my case, there were many sequels, such as tachycardia, difficult breathing, among other sequels. For the same reason, I had many problems when I was in online classes, because sometimes I felt tired. My heart hurt as well as my lungs, but as time went by, I felt better and learned to put my limitations, to put my activities to not feel bad all the time. I started to do several breathing exercises that didn't raise my heart rate too much. But not everything was bad because I had a lot of time to reflect and take care of myself and my loved ones even more. If it hadn't been for my mom, I wouldn't have learned this because she's a doctor and she knew well what to do to help me, and I used to think that if I was a doctor I would probably know what to do too. In the end, I think that many things happened that if they hadn't happened, I wouldn't have been able to reflect and try to get ahead and strive more for my studies, for my health. And with the pandemic, I learned many things that I learned not only in the online school, but also from myself. I looked for new hobbies like painting, drawing, digital drawing, learning new languages, and reading. Thanks for your attention and have a nice day.